Hits by the pound.
Yeah, this is how we do it in the Central Coast, man. We got 40 ounces, Old English, rag tops, 6'4" Impalas, and bikini girls, man. This is how we do it on the West Coast. San Diego, San Francisco, Los Angeles. But don't forget about the Central Cali, man. Please don't forget about the Central Cali. Yeah, get 'em.
It's another sunny day in the state of California. Low rider palm trees and G's that put it on ya. This ain't a negative, we speaking ebonics. Rank talk, candy paint on D's with hydraulics. Baseball hat with the sticker on the brim. Don't let the sun blind your sight, cause things can get grim. But I'm not here to talk about banana clips and guns. We're going back to Cali and we're gonna have some fun. A West Coast domination. And welcome back to Two-Face Entertainment Podcast. I am your host, Fred Segura. Anyhow, man, first and foremost, let me tell you guys something. Tonight, I'm sitting in my vehicle outside, and my windows are open because it's hot. I can't have the AC in the vehicle because then it'll mess up the sound. Not that it's the greatest sound, but it's going to mess up the sound. Anyhow, you'll hear cars zooming by and stuff. It's a hot September evening on a Friday night, and I feel good about it, so bear with me, and we're working with what we got. Anyhow, man, as 9/11 approaches us, I want to get something off my chest before we get into the actual topic of tonight's episode. With all due respect, I want to remember 9/11 due to the fact that we do live in the United States. However, anybody may feel towards it, whatever opinion, hey, let's put it this way. It's nothing's, it's not perfect. Let's be honest. It's not perfect. It has its flaws, but yet, folks, we are here. Therefore, we respect it, So, with that being said, let's carry on. I remember on 9/11 waking up early in the morning. I was still taking care of my mother at that time, and I woke up, I think it was like 5 in the morning, California time, and I was in the living room, and I would sleep on the couch and stuff because it was just cooler in the living room than it was in the room and stuff. So I woke up, and I turned on the TV, and still, still kind of half asleep. I saw like the smoke coming out of one of the towers, but it kind of threw me off. Like, what the heck? And guys, you know what? I'm not making fun of it. I'm being perfectly honest with you of what I thought at first sight. I thought to myself, what? Why are they showing Die Hard right now at this time in the morning? I really thought it was the movie Die Hard with Bruce Willis, and I was like, what the heck? So I was like, okay, sorry guys, there's also a football game going on over here by the school, so bear with that for a little bit. Anyhow, and I remember thinking, what the heck? So I saw, and then I started pretty much waking up more, and I saw that, sorry guys, hold on a second. And that car passed pretty close to my vehicle. Okay, there, Vin Diesel. Anyhow, so I started to wake up, and then I heard about the airplane crashing into the World Trade Center, and I was thinking, what the heck, man? What the heck? And I thought it was just like a little airplane, I thought maybe, okay, it's an accident, whatever. So I'm watching, and I'm like, wow, man, okay, I saw the smoke coming out, and I'm thinking, okay, and then I saw the second plane hit, and I was like, okay, what the heck, and then I think they talked about the Pentagon, and then the other plane, crashing and stuff, and I was like, what the heck? Then it started to become a little bit clear when they started saying we're being attacked. I remember getting up like, whoa, I went to the room, to my mom's room, and woke her up. I said, hey, wake up, and she didn't speak English, man. So I was like, hey, wake up, and I was telling her, like, we're being attacked, and she woke up like, what the heck? Like, what are you talking about? I said, yeah, they're attacking the United States. So, she got up out of bed. I helped her up out of bed and stuff. And we went into, which was my room across the hallway. And she sat at the edge of the bed. And then I'm sitting there and we're watching the whole fiasco go, seeing the, I don't want to get into it and be, get into it. We'll get into it a little later on in tonight's episode. But it was just terrible, man. Everybody, those of you who experienced 9/11, you know what I'm talking about. Seeing everything that was happening, the unfortunate event that was happening. And I remember this vividly. My mom sitting right in front of the TV at the edge of the bed, and we saw one of the towers kind of crumble a little bit. And I remember her saying in Spanish, "Oh my God," and they just started to crumble down. That really, to this day, folks, it's very heartbreaking. I remember that, and it's, and it's a little bit, it's, some of you say, "Oh, Fred, you're very patriotic." Well, you know what? I appreciate where I live at. And again, we're not flawless here. It's not perfect, but you know what? We are here. So yeah, man, it hurts that we're being attacked. So with that being said, I just and then we carried on to sell the rest of it, and we were just like in shock, just like everybody else. And I would remember 9/11. It's unfortunate, man. It's still, it stings. It's our our Pearl Harbor, in the sense we witnessed history. Unfortunately, we'll remember. Later on, there's a lot of people today and kids today that didn't get to see that, and we went through a part of history, unfortunately. So anyhow, with that said and done, guys, let's proceed on to what I'm getting at, which kind of relates to the whole topic of this. What I want to get into tonight is is people who try to break your spirit and try to make you feel a certain kind of way. It's like they try to break you down, make you feel insecure. Whether it be a relationship, it'd be a friendship, it'd be job related, whatever the situation is. It could be a small. It can be a small thing where you walk into a store and the customer service does that, or a phone call, whatever it is. There's people that tend to do that kind of stuff and try to make you feel insecure, try to make you feel stupid, sometimes they'll lie just to give it to you, you know what I mean? Just to make you, just to make you feel that way, But my point being is exactly, I as a man, I don't understand what they get out of that. I can't comprehend how somebody, how do you rationalize that'll make you feel good because you made somebody else, you degraded somebody else to kind of break them down, break down their spirit, their aura, whatever you believe in, I just can't rationalize that it's that's a thing. Yes, there are narcissistic people who want to take control. It's all about them and whoever they don't like, or they don't want in the picture because they're being exposed by a certain individual, they will cut them out. Sorry, I'm clapping my hands over here and said they will cut them out of the picture. And they will cut those people out of the picture because they don't want those people near, because they're exposing them. Sorry, this car's going by, folks. And I'm gonna keep doing that every time a car goes by. I'm gonna mention it and let it go by. It's too hot to be out here in a closed vehicle. Anyhow, guys, they try to. They don't want to be exposed. They're being unmasked. They don't want the next person will be, man, what's wrong with you, bro? Look at this person. This is what they're doing. And they will recruit, lie, and make it sound very good, to the point where if you're a weak-minded person, you will fall and believe that situation. Or you could be, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, or you could be a dumbass and just know it's a lie and still just follow that lead. And not have the backbone to stand up for oneself. You know? So with that being said, also I tend to believe more of like, I'm gonna stand my ground when it comes to that situation and be like, hey, listen, man, like I trust me, I've dealt with narcissistic people. I've dealt with them where they try to argue with you over the simplest thing. They try to ruin your moment, and they thrive off of that. They relish that moment. You made their day. You know, when they lie sometimes, or anyone, they lie. I'll be like, okay, cool. I will stay quiet and let them believe that they lied. I mean, let them believe that I really bought that lie. But it's really, the joke's really in them, because I take it with a grain of salt and walk away. I let it roll off my back. I don't believe that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I won't get into all that. I won't feed into that. Like, anybody trying to degrade anybody for their own personal benefit, which is really no benefit whatsoever other than their own. You know, you've had people, you know, I've driven buses for years, and I used to drive transits, and you had people board the bus, and then they start degrading you right off the top. And you're like, dude, I don't even know you, bro. And you're starting to degrade, you know, like just starting to try to, you know, let it roll off the back. Like, hey, whatever, dude. Whatever. That's your problem, not mine. You know, and again, it could happen anywhere. It could happen when you walk into the store, at your job, with another employee trying to deflect because they're wrongdoing. You're going in there to do your job. The other person's slacking off. Now, you're picking up a little bit of the slack now. So you're looking like the excellent worker. You're not really the excellent worker. You just know it's got to get done. Yet the other employee will try to sabotage, you know, and try to make you look bad. And try to find, anytime you make a mistake, which we are all human and we make mistakes, they're going to ride deep into that and try to make it more than what it is. I've dealt with situations through a lot with different people in different personalities, and that I've dealt with people who like, oh, you better watch out, bro, what they have cameras and stuff. No, they don't. You're the camera, you're the snitch. In a sense, I mean, really, let's be honest, you know. I've dealt with even older people who, oh, you know, you didn't do this right, or you left this on overnight and whatever, and I knowing darn well that I didn't. Or they'll leave something open for you to have an accident, you know, or for something to have, you know, not a fatal accident, but an accident to where it's going to make a mess, or you're going to have to, you know, it's going to be pretty evident that you screwed up, you know, to everybody in the place of employment. However, when you start to catch on to these people, you start to kind of beat them to the punch. And you start playing that role with them. It's a cat and mouse. It's like the turtle and the rabbit kind of deal. And that part sucks, man. Because your employment or, you know, anything like that, it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be that at all. You know? And I'm just speaking for myself, and I hope that you guys out there, whoever may feel like, oh, you know, it makes me feel like crap when, you know, hey, man, you know what? You gotta understand. You know, first of all, let me put it to you like this. There's one thing, and here's one thing that's happened to me. I've made mistakes, bad mistakes at work. Sometimes, oh man, I messed this up. Okay, cool. You know what's the one solution to it? You know, I mean, hey, you know, if it comes with the territory of being terminated, hey, you know, so be it. I mean, hey, you know, you made a mistake and it's an unfortunate mistake. But the best thing at the end of the day is owning up to it. Just own that thing, man. Own it. Because trying to talk your way out of it, it's usually it's just gonna make you look bad. And to me, it's like, if I did something and somebody else says, well, you know what, I think you should have, you know, you should have did this, and you know, if it was me, I would have did this. Well, see, it's easy easy to solve you know, to have a solution to something that you weren't involved in. You know, maybe you made a decision. It probably wasn't the wisest decision from the outside looking in, but when you bring it into perspective and they see your side of it, they'll understand. But some people refuse to because they're so hooked on trying to just make you look bad, so it doesn't really matter. So you shouldn't have to explain it to anybody except for anybody who's important. Now, again, don't allow people to ride you like that. Don't allow people to do that to you. Don't, you know what? Hey, it's like this. It's like the internet, folks. People get so riled up on the internet, especially now. We're in September. Here's football season already started. People get so riled up. Hey, dude, turn it off. Get off social media, bro. Like the last podcast that I did, you know, live your life. Why are you giving that much power to anybody? Why are you giving that energy to anybody? Why are you being weak and allowing that person to consume you and control you however they want to control you? I don't want you doing that. I don't want you talking to this person. I don't want you doing that. Or I'm going to make you look bad. And why are you allowing that to even happen? You know? It feeds them more and more and more. And really, you look like an idiot. Go to your job, do your job. Trust me, the higher-ups in whatever position they're in, they see what's going on. They're not stupid, you know. And if they're playing favorites, well, hey, you know what? Then maybe, you know, it's just not a place to be in. I used to work for a place that, and we're talking 2003, you know, which is quite some time, but we're talking in the 2000s. These guys would yell at people literally in their face. And we're talking yell to like 60-something-year-old people, yell in their face because they made a mistake. Talking about, I will fire you and da-da-da-da. And then the co-workers, you know, the other co-workers who are supposed to be your co-workers and have your back will turn their back on you and, you know, brownie points with, you know what I mean, against you and stuff like that. It's just a terrible place to work at. What ended up happening is that company closed. It didn't close, it changed management. So they got rid of everybody in the higher ups and they just got rid of everybody and got new people in. I actually called for my 401k to, you know, catch up on it and see where we were at. And I was shocked. Sorry, I'm over here whistling kind of. I was shocked to find them be really a complete different vibe. You know what I mean? A complete different attitude. Super cool people now. And I was like, wow. Because it you know, it really left an impact. Like, man, you know, I can't believe this is happening. And I hate to say it, guys. I mean, it was also racial, which is sad, man, because, I mean, look, we live in the United States of America, man, and everybody has a right, whether you agree with it or not. They have a right. Everyone has a right and the freedom to fly whatever flag and say what they want. Should we respect one another? Yeah, of course. But it doesn't work that way. Only in a perfect world, which does not exist. So therefore, we got to deal with it sometimes. Either you're going to let it consume you or you're just going to let it roll by, dude. Because at the end of the day, you know what? Trying to attack it you're just going against the grain, and you may feel like, well, I'm standing up, and somebody could be like, well, man, I ain't gonna let that ride. I'm not weak like that. I'm gonna say, well, you know what, dude, at the end of the day, you know what, again, why are you giving these people that much power? Because you know what, if the company's running that way, they're gonna win. Or you know what, I'd rather leave because I'd rather not work for this place. Okay, cool. But what really comes of that? At the end of the day, who really wins? Nobody wins. They actually won because you ran from there. Instead of just ignoring and being like, hey, cool. I'm not saying turn the other cheek and let them disrespect you in that sense. I mean, I get it. You know what? It's like this. It can be a rule in a book to say, hey, you know what? This is what you should do in this event. But you know what? Every scenario is different. And you're going to handle it accordingly. But, I mean, at the end of the day, be the bigger person. So with that said, I mean, I try to be respectful. Try to understand, sometimes what's going on. And if it's just, somebody's going to, just kind of shine you off a little bit, then so be it. You know what? Not everybody in this world is going to like you. Or appreciate you for that matter. Some people will despise you for doing the right thing. But at the end of the day, you're the bigger person. So, I mean, going back, I don't let people like that consume me. I just kind of, okay, whatever, dude. Whatever, let it go. Let them go. Let them keep believing that. Let them keep believing that they have this power, because at the end of the day, they'll realize they don't. Because they'll try to make you feel bad, and all you go, oh, well. Yeah, I messed up. Oh, well. What are you going to do? If you committed a crime, and you're being arrested for it, okay, granted, let's just say, yeah, you're going to deny it, you're going to try to fight it, yeah, okay, I get it, to an extent. But if you're caught red-handed, you can still deny it, but at the end of the day, man, you're caught. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Own up to it, man. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, okay, you know what? This is gonna lead to a lot of controversy with a lot of people, and they're not gonna, they're gonna take it the wrong way. But I'm looking at it like this. It's like, look, own up to it. Hey, I screwed up. I'm gonna face the consequences as they come, and I'll deal with it that way. Because as a person, I don't care if you're male or female, or whatever you want to identify yourself as. Owning up to your wrongdoing is probably the best move you can make. Doesn't make you weak, which is what we've learned to kind of accept now. Oh, that's weak. That's weak. Honestly, I think, you know what I think is weaker? You BSing, and everybody knows you're just full of it, and you're still trying to play it off like, yeah, I'm solid. You're not. You look like an idiot. You screwed up, man. You're just not taking responsibility for your wrongdoing. It shows immaturity. It shows like you're acting like a kid. But hey, you know what? To each their own, man. I respect it. Hey, you want to do that? Hey, so be it. Me, I play the game a little bit different on my end of it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take it and take it in stride. If the employee, the person behind the counter, customer service, the whatever, social media, whatever the situation is, people try to break you down. There are people who just don't want to. They just don't like you. Be it your aura, your look. Maybe you remind them of somebody. I've been sitting at a restaurant where I had this girl just pretty much throw the food at me, and I'm like, what the heck, man? Like, what? Like, you know what I mean? And she did that constantly. I'm like, okay, what the heck's going on? Now I stood up. But the situation, excuse me, the situation is, hey, look, man, if I remind you of somebody that was unfortunate in your life, I'm not going to sit there and try to call and try to figure it out. But guess what? I'm not that person. I'm sorry that I remind you of that person, or maybe you just don't like me. But you know what? If you can't handle the situation, you need to find another job, because I'm not going to sit here and take it. So again, there's different things, different ways that where you'll stand up and do that. You know? But to allow somebody to degrade you in any form is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Or allowing somebody to have that much power over you, where they control the situation. They control the friendship. They control the relationship. And here comes the car. So hold on, guys. Okay. They control everything about that situation. They control who you talk to, who you can't talk to. What you should be, you need to be more like this. You need to be more like that. This is who you are, and you're going along with it. That's when you're allowing somebody to control you. And maybe you don't realize that. When your coworker sabotages something, or you make the mistake and they ride in on that, they harp in on that to try to make it look more than what it really is. You know? That's when you need to step back and look at everything, and how and who says what and what's doing what, because it identifies the characteristics of a person. If it hits the fan, you know who you can count on. Sometimes you can't count on anybody but yourself. So at the end of the day, you got to get a little bit narcissistic and think about yourself and what's best for you. What's ruining your life? Is it really them, or is it you that you're listening to them? Or is it you that, what's that saying? Who's the more fool, or the fool that follows? Or are you, because you're in control of yourself. They're not in control of you. They're not consuming your life to where you get out of work on Friday night and you have a terrible weekend because you don't even want to go to work on Monday because you already know what's going to happen. You know what? You can't give a damn. You cannot give a damn. You're going to go back to work and you're going to do the best job you can. And that's the end of that. And anybody else who doesn't like it, be it at your job, be it at any store, whoever person does not like you, they can stick it. They don't run your life. You're in control of your life. If somebody, people, oh, Fred, you're a loser, and you're this and this and that. Hey, you know what? So what? Hey, that's your opinion. So what? Guess what? Okay, maybe I might not have the best stuff, but guess what? My stuff's paid for. It's paid for, buddy. You're trying to look rich, and you're paying up the yin-yang for that. Me, my stuff's paid for. See, there's a difference. It's where you're happy. I'm happy where I'm at. I don't need to impress anybody else except myself and feel satisfied to myself and my family when I can go to bed and sleep at night. I don't care what anybody else thinks, or what their opinion might be, or what they may think that I need to have. I don't care. That's really bottom line. That's the bottom line, folks. With that, man, I'm going to log off right now. And I don't know if it made sense to you guys. I hope it does. I hope that those of you who are going through stuff at this point in time, or feel insecure at whatever point, or even if you don't feel insecure, if you feel insecure about yourself, insecure about anything else, you need to grow a backbone a little bit. You need to stand up yourself and be like, hey, check this out. This is the way it's going to roll. Because I want it to roll like this. And I don't care what you think or what anyone thinks. This is how I roll. Okay, guys? I hope this helps. I really hope this helps to a lot of people out there. Okay, life is tough, man. And you know what, man? I'm not saying, they disrespect you, turn the other cheek, yada, yada, yada. If you can't, walk away. If you can. If not, handle it accordingly. Without having to resort to anything like violence or get into, I'm going to run away from this. And so you don't look back. Eventually you'll have to turn back. Face it. That's the only way, man. That's the only way, is facing it. Don't be weak. Don't run from your mistakes. Don't run from anybody, because you're going to give them that much power. Be happy. Be comfortable in your own skin. Hey, be happy with what you could afford. And if you could afford more and don't wish to have more, hey, so be it. So be it, man. So what? Who cares? Who cares? You sleep good at night? If you want to eat barbecue for the rest of your life and you can afford it, go for it. If you're happy just eating tacos, rice, and beans, hey, so be it. That's your decision. If you want to eat bologna sandwiches, or you don't have bologna and you want to cut hot dogs up and make it and replace it for bologna, that's your prerogative. That's what you like, and who cares what anybody else thinks about that? It's about you. Okay, folks, with that being said, this is Fred Segura at Two Face Entertainment Podcast, signing out.